Hey guys, so just a little bit of a random start here. Very quickly want to talk about some of the Facebook aggregated event measurements news that you've probably seen a lot on and off. And if you're like me, didn't really pay much attention to start with, but as a product developer and as a product manager who is trying to continuously try out new things with and new features, new ideas, either from like new product development through to evolving an existing one. In particular, in the B2C and the B2B area where you're selling straight to the business consumers or consumers, this actually matters a lot. And it matters a lot because it actually changes the way that we can not only market to customers, but um, how we can test and validate some of our ideas very quickly. So the point in case, like I can give an example to you, is why it matters so much around new product development. Um, one of the tricks that a new product developer has up their sleeves is around trying something out very quickly, putting together a mock of something and then putting it out through some Facebook advertising and trying to build a bit of community around it, getting buy-in, getting leads, and then through those leads, giving them back some value. And in this case, I've been giving leads to my coaching product access to the side hustler toolkit in return for their name and email and the chance to have a follow-up conversation with them around how I should further develop out the product. Now, this has been running through a Facebook ad for quite some time. Getting people into it. Probably should have had the Facebook ads open. So as you'll see, I've had this ad running for quite some time. I'm not going to show you too much in here other than to say that the ad is running and it's a conversion event ad. Now, the changes that the aggregated events measurement is going to bring in place means that these kinds of events based ads that I'm running right now to encourage users to download my course, download my short course in return for their name and email so I can get them and capture them as lead and it has an opportunity to further research an idea. I'm going to be limited to doing 8 of these style conversions, custom conversions at a time. Now, for me as a small business, not a big deal. But when you start talking about larger businesses, a custom conversion is actually like the Rolls Royce of how to ensure that Facebook is working to your advantage. And that's because when you go through and create the Facebook ads, you're basically, where is it there? So you're creating a Facebook ad with all of these different variations of your ad and your copy and your creative and the rest like that. And you're saying to Facebook, hey, Facebook, use your algorithm to match your consumers, your customers, to the type of image that they're most likely to appeal to them. So I've got some lifestyle images in here. I've got ones of the toolkit. It's also going to match to the text that you put in. So you have different variations of the text. Then after that, to ensure that you're also getting an outcome from this, you're not just showing it to the right people, but you're actually getting an outcome. What Facebook does is it tracks the conversion. Now, a custom conversion in this case is what I've got set up on this is a URL. So my custom conversion URL is behind this landing page. So if I just put in a dummy email, if they click on this and they go into this page here, Facebook is, through its pixel and its cookies, it's tracking this URL. So anytime that one of the users that it sends through from a Facebook ad goes through that pipeline, puts in their email and ends up in this URL, and that information sends them back, that then makes sure that this ad is going to continue to nurture people that look similar to the person or the people that have actually converted. And so that's how a custom conversion works. If you don't have custom conversions in place, you're essentially asking Facebook to send your customers to anyone, basically anyone, just to optimize towards optimized towards traffic. And traffic can be anyone. It doesn't necessarily mean anyone who's got any intent or any thoughts or any feelings to actually purchase your product. They might just be clickers. And for all we know, they might be bots that, are just very good at clicking through on Facebook ads. So this really affects, not only big businesses, but it does affect product people who need to test and learn on value propositions, on new feature ideas, on new propositions for new product lines, for new services. For product managers like myself who like to create communities around ideas that you're testing, that you can then involve those communities in the development of the product, it actually limits our ability down to only eight people eight of these custom conversions. And when you're up against the big machine who's trying to track sales campaigns who are most likely to use these conversion campaigns, product people are going to suffer in this. So it hasn't been switched on just yet. It hasn't been enforced just yet. Facebook is starting to enforce some of the organizations down to only 8 custom conversions. Myself, for example, I can still have multiple in my Facebook account, but it is going to impact. So I'm keen to see how you guys as product managers out there actually know if you know that this is going to affect you or not. And if you don't know if it's going to affect you, I'd be very keen for you to jump into your go-to-market team and ask them, how is this going to affect you? Because I think that we are going to have some secondary and third level effects. So yeah, that's my chat for today. Thanks for listening in.